Well, good morning to you. It is Wednesday, March the 11th. I'm Todd Duplantis, and you're joining us here on Up to the Minute. Thanks for being here this morning. Brittany Pacheco, back again today.
Hey.
Let's show them the look that we left the show with yesterday.
I don't know if I can replicate that because that was like a very
Yeah, exactly. So if you were watching the show yesterday, you know we had a technical glitch, and it froze on Brittany's face, and it looked like we talked about it earlier, like they haven't delivered your drink on time, or the appetizers haven't arrived. That would be the look she would make, and.
It's like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Just how dare you? Yeah, that was. I'm actually glad it wasn't on. It wasn't a still of me having like my mouth wide open or something,
that would
and
be
just
worse.
looking really terrible. But unfortunately, technical difficulties happen.
Glitches happen. We carried on through, ended the show, but we're back today, glitch-free. Yeah, we'll see about that, but hopefully so. We've got some important stuff out there. First thing I want to make clear is if you check in social media, our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, which you're watching us live now, yesterday afternoon I had a chance to sit down with Dr. Kurt Ewan, the Vice Chancellor of Strategy Planning and Institutional Effectiveness, and also Dr. Shante Grays, Vice Chancellor of Student Services. Everybody's wanting to know what's going on with the coronavirus in our operations here.
Right.
So we had a discussion for a special edition of Up to the Minute that's just been posted in social media. So you'll find it in social media. Soon it'll be on our website in the next within the next few hours or so. So and if you have any questions about the coronavirus, what the college is doing, you can go to hccs.edu. On our homepage, there is a special banner. They can click on that, and that'll bring up all the resources, and also the up-to-the-minute episodes with the video and information you need to know. Because we are getting some questions in social media.
I mean, there's a lot of questions within just internally, and then as well, like you said, for social media, just because the fact that obviously this is a public institution, we're closing in on graduation, students are trying to figure out like, okay, well, how could this impact my semester? How could this impact, graduating? A lot of questions that, we hear you and we are trying to get those answers for you. So just bear with us because every day there's something new developing with coronavirus, and districts that surround us are making their decisions, and so we have to evaluate what's best for the institution as well and for our students. But first and foremost, the health and safety of our students is of the utmost importance.
Yeah, it's students, faculty, and staff, and the community as well.
Exactly.
A couple of the takeaways from the interviews yesterday. Of course, I encourage you to watch them in social media. They are currently on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. But a couple of takeaways. Everybody's wanting to know, if we're going to close, when are we going to announce that? Well, unfortunately, this is a very fluid situation. As you mentioned earlier, things are changing by the day, sometimes by the hour, with the number of cases being reported. We will make that announcement. We do have a staff here at HCC, a task force that's working on this, that has meetings literally daily to update the task force and to make college-wide decisions. So that information, we just don't know yet. But we do have staff behind the scenes working on this 24 hours a day to make sure we are prepared if an announcement is going to be made.
Correct. And just like you said, to reiterate it, the college presidents and the instructional services team are working very closely with faculty to determine just what needs to be done in terms of coursework, because obviously we have a lot of lecture labs and what have you, so maybe
it's not as easy as what you think to close down and go all online. It's a monumental task. Sure, we have an online college, but how do you do welding online? So it's going to affect a number of students, and we're a very large district that stretches across a city similar to what HISD.
And not only that, I mean, you're right about saying how can you instruct with welding, but we also have instructors who are always in the classroom who need to be trained how to do their courses online. So, you're talking about thousands, of people that are going to be impacted by this, and it takes time to make sure that those new strategies are in place.
Yeah, it's not an overnight decision, but I can tell you right now from talking with them, and once again, watch this interview. It's a very important episode of the show. It's online right now. They are working on it behind the scenes. So don't think that we're not working on it, because we have a task force that's been working on this for the past couple of weeks. Another thing that came out when I was talking with Dr. Grays, her team with social student services sent out an email to the faculty, staff, and students. And this is important. If you don't read our HCC emails, folks, you really need to read this one because it's a survey, and they're trying to gather information because if should the event happen when we need to go online, we need to know if everybody has internet connection and then laptops, all these type of things have to be put in place. So this is a very important email, and we need you to be looking for that.
And kind of on the subject of just being able to access your HCC email, it's also important to be sure that all of your contact information is up to date in your profile through PeopleSoft. This is, I'm talking to everyone, faculty, staff, students. It's really critical because if and when there is a very serious situation that happens here at the institution, we need to be able to contact you as quickly as possible via text message, email, what have you. So again, make sure that everything is up to date. If you are not checking your HCC email, which we do encourage you to do so, make sure that your preferred email is listed, and that way you will receive all communications at that email address and as well as your cell phone number.
That's important because if we have an emergency, really beyond coronavirus, eventually this is going to go away in a few months. I mean, that's reality. Things will go back to normal sooner or later, but we're always going to need a phone number, and if there's an emergency, we're getting close to hurricane season, folks. Guess what? And in closures like have happened in the past, we need to be able to get a hold of you. We need to have the right text number, whether you're a student, faculty, or staff, and we need to make sure you're subscribed to our emails. So if you've unsubscribed at one time, now's the time to go back in and change that because there is important information going out for you. So be looking for that. And if you have questions, this is the place to ask. This is the forum to ask. We're going to have several of the vice chancellors on in the near future to update you continuously as to what's going on with the coronavirus. And important announcements, you're going to see it here on Up to the Minute. We're live. We're able to take your questions in via social media. You can comment below. And specifically for these coronavirus videos that we'll be releasing in live streams, we want you to ask questions. We want you to be interactive. We'll either direct message you with an answer, we'll answer it in social media, or we'll get them to answer it on the show live or for the next show.
Definitely. So, just stay tuned for the latest. Be sure, beyond, checking us out with our updates, make sure you're complying with all CDC related, information and the federal health authorities, and just make sure that you are taking every precaution out there to, make sure that you don't get this virus.
It's a scary thing, but the main thing at this point, it's just something we need to be aware of, be cautioned, and just listen to the CDC and our announcements coming from this college. One thing I know the chief always brings up here, beware of what you share in social media, folks. I've seen so many things out there that is misinformation or just rumors. One rumor was, they're about to quarantine the city of Houston in the next week. I saw that floating around in social media. It hasn't been announced, I mean, nothing like that. Beware of your sources. Don't just share something because somebody said a friend of mine's brother's uncle shared this, and he may work for the CDC or a medical expert. You hear that one,
Right.
So be careful on what you share in social media, and be mindful. If you want to know the real story, go to the CDC website and go to our website, and we'll give you what's happening here at the college.
Exactly.
Don't become a victim of just sharing and falling victim to rumors.
Kind of on topic, but not on topic. I saw a meme from Twitter where Stephen King, author Stephen King, said that, what's happening here with the coronavirus is nothing like what's in The Stand. And he goes on to explain the differences. And someone commented back or tweeted back at him saying, "Did you even read the book?" And I'm like, oh my gosh, really? So misinformation, again, know your sources, know what you're talking about, who you're talking to before you open your laptop and type off fire off a response, because just don't do it.
Don't share things that aren't verified. So we've got some announcements to go through on the show. We do. We're trying to get back to some normalcy. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with any announcements on the coronavirus and the college's operations. You can see it here from the college right here on Up to the Minute, 10 a.m. every morning live. We're also working on announcements across the college. You got some events that we can start off with?
So before our little snafu yesterday, if you will, and before my face was the thumbnail of the broadcast. We were talking about different art exhibitions throughout the college, and we're going to lead off today with another one that's happening at the Stafford Fine Arts Center Gallery. It's entitled Glow, and this is from Jasmine's Elia exhibition, and it features the art from this artist until April
Glow,
3rd.
that's a whole different thing, too.
What's that?
Glow, what it stands. I was
okay.
thinking involved the Glow wrestling type thing. You know what that's about, right?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No,
You guys know what Glow is all about.
No,
Nathan, you know? You don't know? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Oh.
It was huge back in the 80s and 90s. And I wasn't a big wrestling fan, but, everybody
So
knew
I was
Glow.
born in the late 80s.
Okay, all right, we'll just move right along then.
Not a wrestling
All right.
fan.
This has nothing to do with that Glow.
Not at all.
This involves the Stafford Fine Arts Center
It does.
Gallery.
And it's a large-scale spray paint canvases that
Yeah.
Jasmine has worked on, and projection loops and other installations. So this is pretty cool.
It's like a multimedia display.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
again, this is on display through April 3rd. It's at the Stafford Fine Arts Center Gallery. It's at 9910 Cache Road in Stafford, Texas. And, if you want to find out more about our art exhibitions throughout the college, you can call 713-718-6570, which is our HCC Arts line.
The Arts Line. We're big on the Arts Line around
You
here.
love the
We
Arts
certainly
Line.
know, we do. So we've got the cosmetology and barber programs are offering free haircuts for men and women Wednesdays and Thursdays at the Central Campus.
Right.
You were out for some of this yesterday.
I was out
Yeah,
at
so
the
tell us about that.
Southeast College yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yesterday, behind the scenes, I had my high school, my senior, oh my gosh, she's a senior, high schooler niece, Cameron, with me.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
she was thinking about her future, and she
Right.
really is into cosmetology. She loves doing her makeup and what have you. And when I mentioned to her about the lash extension program that we offer, she was really interested in it,
Yeah.
because it's a one-semester program. You'll be certified by the state of Texas, and she loves lashes and what have you. So we went to go check it out, and it was great. We shot a package. It's in the works right now, so we'll get that up on social media as soon as possible. But the program and their students are offering free lash extension services only on Tuesdays,
Right.
probably until the end of the semester, only at 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. So appointments are required because first come, first serve.
Yeah.
And it's a great opportunity to, get some free services done, get your lashes done, because ladies, fellas, you got to look good.
Now, keep in mind, though, this service is very popular.
Very.
So there may be a long wait, they may be full, but there could be cancellations. So you want to get your name on the list.
Definitely.
So you can get in the queue, because if there
Definitely.
are cancellations, and you're one of the first up.
Yeah, we arrived in the afternoon, and it was a little bit slower,
Yeah.
which was fine, great. But we were able to shoot our package and got great interviews. So be sure to check that out. It's coming at you soon.
And it's free.
It's free.
Yeah. Well, the course cost the cost for taking the course, but to get the services, they
It's
need
free.
somebody to practice on, so it's free.
Exactly.
That's exactly
and
right.
it's open to the community. So again, make sure you get in touch with the cosmetology line. They have their line. Nathan, can we throw that graphic back up one more time? That way the phone number is there.
713-718-7501 at the bottom of the graphic, 713-718-7501.
All right.
So today we've got an event going on, Sub Sandwiches and the Port of Houston.
Port of Houston. That's
With the
interesting.
Port of-
With the
that's-
Port of Houston.
with the Port of Houston,
I'm
yeah.
like, wow, that's interesting. So MBDA will will meet with the Port of Houston together for introductions and then break out into one-on-one meetings, and that's happening again today at 11:30 a.m. So just in a short little while. It's happening at the Small Business Development Center at 2302 Fannin on the second floor.
And the MBDA is the Minority Business Development Association, so it's going to be a great event that's happening there. And for more information, you can call 713-718-8974. Give them a call.
Or you can email them at mbda@hccs.edu.
That's easy to remember, too.
It is.
So you want to be a filmmaker?
I know Nathan does.
I think all of us have a little bit of filmmaker.
little bit.
You can use your cell phone these
Yeah,
days.
definitely.
Films have been shot on cell phones, yes.
That's
it's being
true.
done.
That's like a new thing. Like music videos are being shot all on like the new
Oh, yeah,
iPhone. It's
yeah.
really cool. It's really, really
you
cool.
could do a lot more than you'd ever imagine on that.
Yeah.
But filmmaking learning series is happening also today.
Mm-hmm.
Remy Carter, local producer from noon to 2 p.m. is going to be out at the HCC Northwest A-Leaf Hayes campus, Screening Theater B301.
That'd be cool. Check out. We need to go We need to go out there one day and check that out. That series has been going on for a little bit.
Yeah, I think what we can do in the future, because they have set up for this, we should go live out there one day.
Hey!
Yeah, so maybe get that in the works.
Another live up to the minute on location.
But that event today is free, and registration's not required. You just show up at the screening theater, and they're good to go from noon to 2.
Cool. So we've got the census going on.
Yeah.
You know, and we've talked a little bit about this in the past, about the importance of having everyone participate in the census, whether you're documented or undocumented, because this will impact our funding.
Yes, so if you want to take part in the census, which they are encouraging and saying, yes, we would like you to do so, you can do so. It's completely 100% confidential and anonymous, and it affects our funding here at HCC. Because of state funding, we have to have a proper head count.
Right.
As Brittany mentioned, undocumented or documented, it's completely anonymous, but we need that correct head count, not just for us, but civic associations, government
Clinics.
agencies, clinics. You want to get health care? Well, guess what? We need to know how many people we have in the area
Exactly.
to get the proper funding for that.
And your assistance is needed. This happens once every decade.
Yes.
And I can't believe, that we're now in 2020. And
Have you received your census yet?
I have not.
I haven't either.
I have not. So
Yeah.
still waiting for that. There's also job opportunities for people to partake in the census.
Yeah.
You can definitely go check that out and see just how you can get involved. But to respond to the census, you can go online. You can participate by phone,
Yep.
or you can go participate through the mail. So
Yep.
to go online, you can go to 2020census.gov for more information.
And one thing to keep in mind, not only past the census, but all throughout this year, we're trying to grow our audience on the show.
We are.
We want to, we're trying to get the important information out on HCC, especially as we're headed into some uncertain times with the coronavirus, really,
Right.
as to what's going to happen here or
Exactly.
across the nation. But we want to keep you up to date. So we'll have official college announcements here on the show. We will have your news and announcements. We'll have special guests that will be here on a daily basis.
Yep.
This morning's a bit of an exception, but we do have guests usually every day scheduled. So all you have to do, if you want to get involved, is simply comment below, send us a message, send us an email. We'll get your event on and make sure we get the news out. And make sure you join us live every morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, not just on Facebook Live, which is how we started
Yep.
off, but now we're live streaming from YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, we very much appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell
Yep.
at the bottom of this, so you will be the first to find out when we're live streaming, and you'll be able to check it out there as well. And so be sure to share this little broadcast, wherever you're on social media, and that way we can increase our numbers, we
Right.
can increase our views. But also be sure to follow us on all of our other social media platforms. There we go with that new graphic. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we have the same handle at WeAreHCCS, and on Snapchat, you can find us at WeAreHCC. Todd, tell them about the hashtag.
The hashtag is #WeAreHCC, and we're using that a lot nowadays on a daily basis. One thing Brittany mentions about sharing the show, specifically as well when you do see the videos that are coronavirus related, when we have officials on from HCC, we're going to separate those particular interviews, share those separately in social media. They'll soon be available on our website, but we really want you to share that particular show as well, because a lot of folks have questions about what's
Right.
going on out there, and we're going to have experts and college officials here on this show to make sure you're updated and we're getting your questions answered as you have them out there.
Yeah, and it's our job to inform the students as part
Right.
of communications, and as well as our faculty and staff, and just keep everyone in the loop. So as we get the information, we'll be sure to send it out to the public as soon as we have something to share.
There's something to share, absolutely. Thanks for joining us today on Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis.
I'm Brittany Pacheco, and you're up to the minute.